Let's talk about the panels themselves, though. Because as you see right now, these panels are all hanging around just as a bunch of big solid pieces of glass right now. Okay, and sometimes we like that, sometimes we don't like that. For example, sometimes we have a curtain wall going past some area where you want to have some privacy, so you want to put some frosted glass in there, or you want to put some solid panel in there. You still want it to look like a curtain panel, but you want it to be a solid surface instead. So what you can do is, this involves one other stepping operation. Okay, I hover, I tab, I'm at the mullion, I'm at the grid line, I'm at another grid line. Finally, 5 in, I finally got to the panel. Okay, and if I choose the panel, that'll let me choose the attributes of the panel. So here's a glazed panel. You'll find there's another panel floating around in here called a solid panel. I can change it like that. If you want to change it and actually put a wall type in there, you can do that too. Now, it doesn't make a lot of sense always, but if you want to think about kind of putting in stucco or something like that, you could put a panel out of a wall. You can really do whatever you want in terms of trying to change those around. So again, that's a panel operation. Let me change another panel over here. I'll come over here, and the hard part is just tabbing enough times to finally get it. When you finally get it, you can then change to, I'll just make it a solid panel. Where solid panel right now is defined as just some funny glazed panel, or some gray panel. Now, funny little gray panels are kind of okay, and often we use those, but if you want them to have more materiality, you want them to have a color, or you want them to be a specific material, we can change that. What we'll do is we'll just create a new panel type. So here's my solid panel, it's my gray panel. Let me kind of select it. If I edit the type, you'll see it's just some sort of default material. Okay, and if you would like to change to another type of panel, like what's another thing you might think you might want to put in your panel? Do you have a material you might want to put in there? Some sort of color? What might look interesting? I'll take any suggestions. Red velvet. Oh, okay. I'll take that challenge. I will duplicate this. I'm going to say red velvet. Okay, and now I need to find some material. So we haven't played around very much with materials because I've given you a lot of materials, but when we want to assign materials, and we'll do this a lot in the next assignment, we click that little dot, 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 it opens the materials, and let's see if I can find some velvet. Okay, I'm not finding any velvet right away, not to worry though, because what I'll do is I'll say, and don't worry about this dialogue, because this dialogue is very mucky and we can spend a whole session on it. I can create a new material. I will try to click on this and change its name. Let me try to rename there. Okay, red velvet. Okay. Finally, though, we need an appearance that matches red velvet. I could just sort of give it, oh, you know, well, what can it, no, it needs to be red velvet. What does it have to, there's that funny color. It's down in there somewhere. That's my red velvet. It's kind of maroony usually. Okay, so I can choose a color like that. But I can also go through and see if I can find a nice photographic appearance for what I want it to look like. See if I can find any velvet in here. And you thought I wasn't going to have red velvet. That's pretty maroony though. Okay, that's what it looks like. I can say use the same color. Okay, and I'm going to roll all the way back. This is my red velvet panel, and there it is. And if I change it to realistic, let's see if it actually does look like a red velvet panel. See, it's got a little texture there. Okay. No, it's for you. So if you like red velvet, not to worry. We can say, let's go through, and I'm going to make some nice pattern. Okay. like that. I'll change that one up there. So again, you can get really specific. Okay, not too awfully bad.